Let's go to this conversation now and speak to Catholic Archbishop of Cape Town, Stephen Brislin, on his nomination by Pope Francis for elevation to the rank of Cardinal. Now, the Archbishop is among 21 senior clergy globally. With his elevation, of course, Cardinal-elect will become a member of the College of Cardinals, who are high-ranking spiritual leaders who, if they are under the age of 80, are eligible to participate in papal elections or to be nominated as Pope. And he joins us live now. Thank you so much for your time, Cardinal-elect. Congratulations to you. This must be an honor.
Thank you very much indeed. Good evening, and good evening to all your viewers. Yes, it is a great honor, of course, but the Pope has also said previously that we shouldn't see it so much as an honor as a service that we can give to the Church and to society itself.
And for you, let's talk about the significance of this position, because, as you say, it is important to be a servant and to see it through those eyes.
Absolutely. And I think the Pope, particularly throughout his pontificate, has really been emphasizing the importance of mercy and compassion for people, knowing that many people go through a lot of struggles and we need to be very empathetic towards them, and rather than abandon people in their struggles, to give them accompaniment and to give them as much support as we possibly can.
And how then do you begin to use this new role? And I'll ask you what it entails in just a moment, but I just want to latch on to something you've said. How do you begin to use this role to amplify the voice of the Church, particularly when it comes to some of the issues that, the world is grappling with right now?
Yes, there are many issues that the world is grappling with. I will be continuing as the Archbishop, the Catholic Archbishop of Cape Town, and we've been grappling with a lot of these issues. I think the most important thing for us as spiritual leaders is to know that we need to work with others. We don't try to do this now as the Catholic Church alone in isolation, but we try to do it ecumenically with other Christian churches, but also in terms of interfaith, of working with other faith leaders. Because as spiritual people, we might have differences among ourselves in terms of doctrines and creeds, but the fact of the matter is there's lots of common elements in all of our faiths, common threads. And we work on those for the good of our particular faith groups, but most importantly as well, for the good of society, trying to strive for the common good. And this means that we work together to try to alleviate the suffering of people, whether it's suffering through poverty or suffering for some other reason. We try to bring, to alleviate their suffering and to give them strength and accompaniment.
And the working together at the same time is also important for the unity, because we're seeing quite a lot of division. And if the different, churches and fellowships are working together, that is also good for the unity of the country.
I think so. I think it's a very positive sign. And I think that, we've got a long legacy in South Africa as faith leaders of working together. In this Western Cape, we have the Western Cape Religious Leaders Forum, which has always played a very important role. And if we look at our country, there is so much hope in our country. Certainly we are facing many problems, many difficulties, many uncertainties, but nonetheless there's a lot of goodness as well. And the point is that we try to bring out that goodness in people, and we try to enhance that goodness, to develop ethical leadership, for example, and to give an example of ethical leadership. Because if we are working for a just society and a society that is peaceful, that can only be founded on good values and good ethics. And I think that this is one of the most important things for the faith leaders to try to do, is really to try to reinstill good ethical values and ethical behavior in our country.
And when one looks at, this new development now in your chapter, what are some of the roles that you'll now be taking up for someone who's not aware?
Well, as you mentioned, of course, if there is a conclave, and presumably there will be a conclave at some time, which is a gathering of the cardinals who are eligible to elect a new pope, I will participate in that because I'm not yet 80 years old and presumably won't be at that time. And so that would be one of the most important roles. But the ongoing role, of course, of a cardinal is to give advice and counsel to the Holy Father, to Pope Francis, as it is now, whenever he calls on us, whenever he needs us. And so there are times meetings of all the cardinals together when he calls such a meeting for a particular topic. On other occasions, he forms little committees. For example, there has been the Financial Advisory Committee in the past that has given him advice of getting the Vatican Bank finances in order and so on. So it's really to give counsel to the Holy Father and to be his legate as well in our particular countries where we serve. I've already been ordained a bishop. So this is just a new function that I have to perform and a task that I've got to undertake. So what happens in that ceremony is that we are traditionally given what they call the red hat, which is really the red beretta, red being the sign of a cardinal. And the cardinal will also give a new episcopal ring, which designates that it is a cardinal who wears that ring. So that's what's to be expected. I think the important thing is again, just to emphasize that while there is a certain honor to it, it really is a matter of trying to give service to the church, to the growth of God's kingdom, and of course to society itself.
And I must say, from us, it's congratulations to you. This is another chapter in service. And as you say, it's important to be a servant, but also just for us to reflect as South Africa, to express our pride in really what has been conferred to you. Thank you so much, Cardinal-elect, for that interview.
Thank you very much indeed, and many blessings on you.